my name is Carrington Breckenridge, and today we're going to be talking from Colossians chapter 4, verses 1 through 6. Now, for context, Paul is writing Colossians from jail. He's heard of a church in Colossae that's been struggling with a particular branch of thought that is effectively heresy, known as Gnosticism. This included worshiping angels, abstaining from worldly just like pleasures and overall experience in life, and a bunch of things that Christ never said. So Paul writes to the church to provide some proper insight as to what Christ requires of us. In chapter 4 specifically, he asks for prayer, including an open door to share the gospel and present it with clarity. He advises believers to be wide towards unbelievers and make the most of every opportunity. He says specifically in Colossians 4 verse 6, a believer's words are to be gracious, offering assistance like the seasoning of salt, with the goal of helping others. Meaning, we as believers are supposed to add flavor to the world instead of trying to shape it in some sort of oppressive, fascist fashion. And yet you see many within the church trying to shape things towards God's design. Well, we aren't God. We can only guess what his design is, and he tells us not to do that. In Colossians verse 1, specifically chapter 4 verse 1, he says, "Masters, be just and fair to your slaves. Remember that you also have a master in heaven." Master has a very complicated lineage as a word. It comes from the Latin adverb magis, which means more. It first appeared in the English language over 1,000 years ago, referring to people who had authority over others, whether as rulers, employers, teachers, or fathers. The word has many positive connotations, but as Americans, we know that it has many negative connotations as well. The overarching idea behind using master in this particular context is to let us as believers know that while we are to be like Christ, he will always be more than us. It's humbling, really. It's meant to humble us, but it's also supposed to keep us real, like it's supposed to keep our eyes on the prize in terms of reaching people, evangelizing to others, and spreading God's love instead of, trying to be a master of the universe. That's really all I've gathered from this particular passage and text, and that's really what I wanted to talk about. So, sorry if this is a little bit short, but that's it for me. See you.